talking about the legacy of Justice Ginsburg, and in the same statement, acknowledging her loss, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell vowed that you-know-who's nominee to replace her will happen very, very soon. But it's so odd to me because, you know, when Justice Scalia died in February 2016, it was 11 months before the election. Obama waited till March 16th to select a nominee. So within hours of Scalia's passing, McConnell said no, Obama did not have the right to replace him, you know, because they said this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president. So Justice Ginsburg died Friday. Friday night, McConnell said there would be a vote. The White House says the pick could be announced tomorrow. Now, the president is saying he may wait till Friday or Saturday out of respect. But what is the deal? Either we wait or we don't wait. I don't know why 11 months had to go by and Obama didn't get the person he wanted, but now we have, you know, what is it, 30 days or 40 days or something.
47.
And now it's going to happen. It's 47 days. I mean, I don't get it. Am I crazy or am I missing something? I'll throw this to you first. I'll go with you, Joy.
Me? Well, just to,
yeah,
62% of Americans think that the Supreme Court seat should be filled by the nominated by the new president. 62% of Americans. We're currently being ruled by minority in this country. Act Blue raised $100 million since Friday. The Democrats are mobilized against this outrage that is going on with these hypocrites in the Republican leadership positions. And you know something? They are so beneath any kind of shamelessness that it's impossible to even talk to these people. So, you know, you were going to show the clips of them and the stupid things that the hypocritical and lying things that they've been saying.
Yeah.
So that's it. 62% of Americans disagree with Mitch McConnell.
Okay. Well, Sonny, what's your take on this?
Well, I do think that the hypocrisy is pretty staggering, especially when you hear what Lindsey Graham said and when you hear what Mitch McConnell said in 2016. I don't think that there's any question that President Trump will put forth a name in this week. I think it's either going to be Barbara Lagoa out of Florida or Amy. I think her name is. I know she went to Notre Dame, where I went to law school. Amy Conway, is that her name? Coney Barrett. I think we'll hear one of those two names, and I think they're going to push that nominee through. I really do. I don't think it's going to happen after the inauguration. I think it's going to happen now. And then I think it's going to be up to Biden and a Biden-Harris administration, if Biden wins, to enact perhaps some different laws. That's what I think is going to happen.
Right. So
somebody has to pick up the phone.
So, yeah. Was that you or me? Megan, what do you think? What do you think about all of this?
I have quite a bit to say. So do we have time? Okay, I'm sorry. I was just said we were going to go to a commercial, so can we come back to me right after that, Whoopi? Is that okay?
Yeah, we will. Absolutely. We'll be right back. Hey, before we went to break, Megan, I meant to get to you. What's your thoughts on what's happening with McConnell?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really fascinating moment in political history. I want to first start out by saying that none of this would even exist if Harry Reid hadn't gotten rid of the judicial filibuster. That's the whole reason why it's possible to possibly put a Supreme Court nominee through in such a short period of time. One of my biggest concerns is if we have a contested election in 2020 and it's split even like there was in 2000, we have to have a full court ruling on it. So I think the potential for constitutional chaos is absolutely the most imminent it has been in my modern lifetime. Mitch McConnell on this, I hear what you guys are saying about hypocrisy, and I hear it and receive it, but he is someone that he only cares about this. This is his core issue. He does not want to run for president. He doesn't want to seek higher office. And if everyone thinks he hasn't been preparing for this exact scenario, I think they're just a little naive. No disrespect to anyone who thought that. I honestly think, because I've been talking about this all weekend, that Kavanaugh really changed the game for a lot of Republicans, myself included. I was completely radicalized by the experience of watching him testify. I mean, there were accusations of him being someone who had been part of a gang, rape gang, and accusations that were completely baseless. And it showed that Democrats on their side will do anything and everything to smear any conservative. Amy Coney Barrett is a hardcore Catholic, among other things. She has 7 children. I completely expect her to be, if she is the nominee, to be slandered and maimed in a way we've never seen before, and I don't think that's what anyone wants. My last final point that I wanted to say is this turns the election back into battleground core meat and potatoes issues. And if you're pro-life, like I am, and 47% of the country is, it becomes a reason for you to support President Trump if you're someone that was wavering, if you didn't necessarily think there was going to be a seat up. And I think it's interesting to see what's going to happen going forward with the election, just in the sense that we're not going to be talking about coronavirus in the same way that we were before. We're not going to be talking about the Atlantic piece. We're only going to be talking about these meat and potato issues that really, really galvanize both bases. And as you pointed out, Joy, the fundraising that happened on the Democrat side is absolutely staggering. I believe it's over $100 million at this point raised since she died, since Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
And the majority of
thoughts,
Americans
Sarah?
do not want Roe v. Wade overturned, by the way.
Well, as Joy mentioned earlier,
Sarah?
and Megan was referencing the hypocrisy we're speaking of, let me really quick show a reel of what Republicans were saying back in 2016.
The Senate will appropriately revisit the matter after the American people finish making in November the decision they've already started making today.
I want you to use my words against me. If there's a Republican president in 2016 and a vacancy occurs in the last year of the first term, you can say, Lindsey Graham said, let's let the next president, whoever it might be, make that nomination.
The people deserve to be heard, and they should be allowed to decide through their vote for the next president the type of person that should be on the Supreme Court.
So I hear a lot of these politicians referring to the people that put them in office, and the people should be heard. Well, they would be heard on November 3rd. And I think, considering the fact that we're still suffering through an unprecedented pandemic and losing people every day, the focus on this should not be rushing these justices through in less than 45 days. I'm not surprised at the hypocrisy. I don't really expect, I'm jaded a bit and cynical to D.C. and how it operates. But in the shadow of what's been left behind after Ruth Bader Ginsburg's passing, the irony of what type of human she was and what we're seeing in our politicians is disheartening.
But at the same time, you have people on the left that are screaming that they're going to pack the courts and create violence, and you're going to see chaos that we've never seen if Mitch McConnell does this. Everyone is behaving badly across the board, and the deep politicizing that happened right after she passed is true. And while you're correct that the majority of Americans are against repealing Roe versus Wade, the 47% of Americans are pro-life, Joy. And every time I talk about it on this show, someone acts, and it's received as if it's this vast minority in the country. It's not. I'm telling you, for people that are pro-life, not never-Trumpers who got rid of their policies and every principle they ever had. For people like me, it is a meat and potatoes issue, much like guns. It will get people out, period.
Well, one thing, though,
Okay,
that just, can I just refer
majority.
to, without slandering
Whoopi.
some of the names we're seeing, Judge Amy Coney Barrett said something that should scare all of us. A legal career is but a means to an end.
I would be very careful slandering her, Sarah, before she's even been put in a court.
And I'm not.
And this is what I'm talking about with the Kavanaugh stuff. No, because
Megan, please just give me...
children she
Okay,
has
everybody stop.
already
We're
an
going,
issue.
we'll be back.